In the sense of mind, we affirm that there is one life, one divine intelligence, one infinite spirit, and that life is God, and that life is mine, and that life is ours, and that life is our life now. We are not separate from this life, the life of God, this divine source, nor are we separate from each other. Ernest Holmes says, we live in a spiritual universe. God is through us, God is in us, and God is for us. So when we say we're still being together, it's more than a sentiment. It's a spiritual reality. Even we are apart, even when relationships change, even when people transition, even when circumstances shift, we remain connected through this mind, the mind of God, this one mind. Our unity cannot be broken by space or time, because we know the truth of who we are. It's eternal. Number 2, the journey of life together. We usually talk about connection, despite the distances, despite the time. We are so grateful that we have the gadgets, that we have the internet, that it's making things easier, that is making us to connect. Look, now I'm in Kenya, you're in Metro, someone is in maybe the States, and we are here together celebrating this beautiful day. And when we talk about the journey of togetherness, life sometimes can bring trials. We have been through a pandemic, especially in Kenya. We have been through political divisions, social unrest. Men have lost their loved ones. We have experienced isolation, fear, even spiritual fatigue. Yet here we are, still being together. What does that say? It speaks to the resilience of the spirit and the enduring nature of conscious community. In the sense of mind, we understand that we focus, and what we focus on expands. So when we focus on love, we attract love. When we focus on connections, we get connected. When we focus on forgiveness, we forgive. When we focus on peace, we're peaceful. We attract more than of that. Sometimes we feel disconnected on the surface, but on the level of the mind or the spirit, we are still together. Still together in relationships, still being together in truth. And our shared journey experience affirms the law that thought creates our experiences. And we have the power to choose our thoughts of union, of a separation. So when we are saying we are together, despite feeling the small difference, the small distance, we go back to the source and say, I chose the thoughts of unity. I chose the thoughts of being together. I choose staying connected. The third one is about the conscious choice of being together. Already I've said, Ernest Holmes says, our thoughts creates our experience. So if I choose to love, if I choose to be together, and then there's nothing that could come in to separate me from being together. Being together also is a choice. It's a personal responsibility. Remember, we learned that we are co-creators. We are co-creators of our reality. So if we desire deeper connections, more love, more peace in our relationship, and communities, we must consciously choose to be it. If you want to be loved, if you want to be loved, be it. This might mean like we need to release judgment. Sometimes we get self-judgment, like we judge ourselves. Oh, I'm not loved. Oh, I don't get enough love. Oh, I feel not at peace. It means now we need to step up and release this judgment mentality. We might need to pray for those people who have hurt us. Not necessarily because in the sense of mind, we learn that if one needs treatment, we must ask. So for us, for our own growth, we need to pray for those people who have hurt us, and even for those people that we disagree with. We are supposed to see the Christ nature in these people. And the Christ nature is forgiveness, is love, is unity, is oneness. Let us recognize the divine presence of the Christ nature in someone who was at us. Let us not focus only on the feelings, on the bad feelings, but also raise higher and see the Christ nature on this person. Being together spiritually means we need to recognize one another. We need to recognize the potentials in one another. When I talk about the potentials, some people are good in forgiving very fast. Some people are good in embodying love and sharing the love. So these are some of the things that we should see the divine presence of each other in us. We need to refuse to be seduced by the appearances of separation. Instead, we should stand in truth that God is all there is. God is love. God is unity. And that if God is all there is, and then God is in each of us equally. The last thing is about what are some of these spiritual practices that we can do to enhance our togetherness. I just found a few when I was going my readings, and I felt like maybe this one can support us to maintain or to grow our togetherness. Number one, the simplest one is about the affirmations, like affirmative prayers. Remember in the Science of Mind, we talk about, I am one with this spirit. I allow the spirit to work through me, as me, and by means of me. So we affirm the oneness, the togetherness through affirmations, through the spiritual mind treatments. It reminds us the unity with one another. Remember, we are not inseparable. God is not separate, and as we are separate, we are one. The second one, meditation. Some of us, when we feel fatigue, when we feel tired, when we feel like, oh, I need a sacred space, like I need space for myself, some switch to meditation. Meditation calms us. It takes us back to the inner source, to the place whereby you feel you are grounded, you feel you are settled, you feel connected to this one that we say it's God. So I recommend if we practice the few spiritual practices that can bring us togetherness, we continue doing so. Some might not work for you, but for me, I feel like the four that I'm sharing with, they are good and they can support me, they can support us to stay connected. Third one is about giving back to the community. When we talk about giving back to community, this is about love sharing. When we talk about love sharing, it's like, how can I express my love? Sometimes we express our love in different ways. I see when friends come from the States, when maybe they want to visit Kenya or the slums, or when they want to visit my school, some come, so they feel touched, they feel love. Some can maybe share food, some can like have some crafts on the walls, the kids. So when they do that, they feel connected and they feel attached. Oh, I did something. I touched the heart of that child. I touched the heart of that community. So that is giving like service and compassion to the community. That's what I mean. We put love in action. So let us return to the phrase, and we are still being together. It's a celebration. It's a recognition. It's a spiritual truth. The next one is about spiritual study. We need to align our minds with the truth about who we are, the truth about our self-discovery, the truth about life, the truth about oneness. And then when we do so, there's nothing that it can raise above our awareness about ourselves when we know who we are and where we belong. I feel I belong to this family that we call the sons of mind or the spiritual living. So if we are steady in knowing or in doing the spiritual study, and then our thoughts are always aligned with the truth about ourselves, despite the outer world, despite the challenges, despite time, we are still together. We are still held in one mind, one heart, one spirit. That's why I just love the song we sing before our Froggy Fridays. We are one people, one mind, one spirit, one light shining bright. So it reminds me, it makes me feel that, oh, yes, we are one mind. Have you ever imagined of doing something? Maybe you're in a group. So you think, oh, should I stand and help maybe the speaker or maybe arrange the chairs, and another person stands and does the same thing. So it creates and shows that we are one mind. Sometimes you can be thinking of something and the other person is almost thinking of the same thing. Then it brings us back that despite being white, despite being black, we are one. So let us walk forward, remembering that unity is not something we must earn. It is something that we are already in, and we are already are, and still we are together. Thank you so much.